200,000 additional Black women are needed to fill the gap in the tech industry. Are Black women missing in the industry? Can we achieve diversity in tech? What does this mean and how are the big companies handling it? In this video, we'll take you through the issues of diversity in tech, what the concept means, and how to achieve this. First up, what does diversity in tech mean? When diversity is the focus, DEI, diversity, equality, and inclusion, is often used. Diversity is about recognizing and appreciating individual differences. Creating equal opportunities for all people to participate is at the heart of equity. Inclusion means fostering a culture where all individuals feel safe, accepted, valued, and encouraged to bring and devote themselves to work daily. Factors that contribute to diversity include, but are not limited to, ethnicity, gender, religion, and sexual orientation. Disability is another example. Other identities and life experiences are part of this concept. In and of itself, the world is rich in diversity. Without a more diverse workforce, the many benefits of a globally interconnected digital world would remain unrealized. Lack of diversity in the IT industry can cause unforeseen negative outcomes because it fails to accurately reflect the world as it is. Hiring practices, leadership positions, ideas for new products, and promotional approaches are just a few areas where diversity is important. This doesn't mean that only women can make products for women or that only Black people can make products for Black people. Nevertheless, better products for women will result from increased female participation. More people of color in leadership roles will result in services and goods tailored to their community's needs. Diversity has many benefits beyond merely morality and appearances. A more diverse workforce also brings a wider range of ideas, experiences, and perspectives. There's a wider range of approaches to addressing business challenges which can benefit company development. So, are Black women missing from the tech industry? Surprisingly, the answer is yes. A UK campaigning body and representative body conducted a study, and here's what they found. According to the survey, the number of Black women working in IT in the United Kingdom is 2.5 times smaller than the general workforce. They discovered this after analyzing data from the Office of National Statistics. That's a huge gap. The Coding Black Females campaigning group noted that the IT industry desperately needs more individuals from diverse backgrounds. Several organizations within the industry have also agreed that we must do more to promote diversity, and to fill this gap, an additional 200,000 Black women would need to be recruited to join the 12,000 working in IT. From the reports, we can also see an underrepresentation of females in leadership positions, only 17% of female IT directors. What seems to stand out is a larger rate of ethnic minority participation in the IT sector than in the overall workforce. However, this is mostly attributable to the significant number of Indian tech professionals in the IT industry. And now, what about the Black women currently in the tech industry? The only one in the room is a phrase that is no stranger to most of these women. The report's authors also conducted one-on-one interviews with some Black women to shed light on their issues in the workplace. You have to get used to knowing that you're the only one in the room on the team, in the project, at the conference. Siba Munsanjay, a software engineer at Deloitte, told the researchers. Now stats are being published related to diversity in tech. We can see there's still a lot of work to do. Nicola Martin, head of quality engineering at Adarga, a UK-based artificial intelligence software firm. Approximately 350 Black women were surveyed for this research, and they all had opinions on the way forward. They believe that more could be done, including creating awareness in targeted communities to make Black women aware of available opportunities and be willing to take them. According to several women, the general interview procedure and atmosphere have put off potential female IT professionals. And then there's the tech bro mentality, which one of the respondents described as exhausting. Charlene Hunter, chief executive of CBF, told the BBC Women's Experiences that there were still hurdles that hindered women from getting jobs in tech. You often hear stories of people applying for roles and not being given any feedback. You know you meet all the criteria, but something doesn't feel right. Next up, what about professional development? The disparity in the numbers goes beyond employment rates and extends to the opportunities to advance in their careers. Ms. Hunter argued that there was a shortage of senior leaders in technology and engineering, despite the increasing visibility of Black women in these fields. She focused on the progress of artificial intelligence, bringing up the worry that such systems may be biased towards people of different genders and races. If there were more diversity at the top, it would be easier to ensure that bias was considered throughout the design process. Rashik Parmar, chief executive of the BCS, the professional body for computing, said, "We will only be able to build the systems that serve everyone if the diversity of humanity is represented in the project teams that design and build these systems. Trade Association Tech UK's Nimi Patel said, "Clearly more must be done to promote diversity and inclusion in the tech industry." She argued that business and government should work together to inspire, educate, and recruit diverse talent to increase the number of Black women and women of all races in the field. The conversation is about to get better, so stay with us till the end of the video. So, how do we get there? Let's talk about what organizations and individuals can do to increase diversity within the workforce. Communication and empathy. Create a safe place for people to open up and show compassion during conversations in the company. Reciprocity and esteem are built on a foundation of open and honest communication. Considering the new norm, that is of utmost importance. Everyone could use some compassion right now due to the changes in social and political tension. In a leadership role, don't respond to these unusual changes by surrounding yourself with only people like you. Instead, share the food, music, and art that represent your background with your friends and family, and join organizations that enable you to connect with people in your industry. Look beyond your professional network for talent. Don't limit yourself to your existing professional circle in your search for new employees. In most cases, people hire from among their circles. The challenge may cause you to miss out on talented people who aren't already in your professional network. Your hiring practices will reflect the makeup of your network. If your network isn't diverse, your workforce won't be too. According to one study, about 70% of open positions are never advertised. These roles are instead filled through informal channels such as word of mouth. To put it plainly, you're leaving talent on the table if you don't reach out to people from different backgrounds. One method to foster diversity and inclusion may be to hire people from outside of the popular regions and look to smaller communities. Make DEI a position within the company. Chief executive officers, information technology specialists, and sales and marketing personnel are commonplace in modern businesses. A dedicated manager or team focused on diversity, equity, and inclusion is equally crucial. You can also make it someone's job description in a smaller company. The following may be included in this manager's or team's purview: conducting analysis, drafting plans, and launching company-wide DEI initiatives, assessing the effectiveness of current procedures and guidelines, making plans for internal training and forums for dialogue and action. Measurable metrics and staff surveys measure an organization's diversity and inclusion progress. Some other things to consider include providing resources for and promoting cultural celebrations and holiday celebrations that honor diversity, utilizing the services of small businesses owned by minorities, supporting diversity and inclusion efforts by donating to and partnering with established organizations, and adapting business practices to meet the needs of employees who are also caregivers. Also, publishing all job openings publicly and designating a group or individual to thoroughly screen all candidates may be helpful. Moving on, what are the giants doing? American tech giants Amazon, Apple, Facebook, Google, and Microsoft are constantly in the public eye because of their size and prevalent impact on our lives. Their efforts to broaden representation in technology have been constantly talked about. In the spirit of diversity, we look at the diversity initiatives of 4 other prominent tech-centric businesses. IBM, advocacy, allyship, the employee experience, and accountability are the 4 pillars on which IBM's efforts to promote diversity and inclusion rest. IBM claims it's making strides towards this goal by addressing issues unique to women in leadership, the untapped potential of the Hispanic population, and the advancement of Black business leaders. Netflix said, "We're not where we want to be, and we need to do better." After acknowledging its accomplishments in diversity promotion, Netflix has said that it would increase representation, foster a culture of inclusiveness, and raise awareness to accomplish its aims. Airbnb intends to make its services, local communities, and the IT sector more diverse and accessible for everyone. Airbnb has worked with several career and talent groups like ColorStack, Disability In, Stanford VMware, and Be Visible. Intel noted an increase in the number of women in executive posts in its 2020 report. There was also an increase in Latino and Latina and veterans working for the firm. Intel has stated a commitment to gender parity in leadership and the full implementation of its diversity and inclusion initiatives, even though the percentage of women in the US workforce has dropped. And that's it. The issues around Black women missing from the tech industry and diversity in tech. Do you think we'll achieve the necessary diversity in tech anytime soon? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section.